Hi, everyone, and welcome to Morning Coffee Break. Hope everybody's doing good today. It's Sunday, November 5th. Currently, it's 46 degrees. High today, 65. No chance of rain in sight again. They had a fire warning, or, to be careful and not to. I don't know if they have a ban on burning right now, but it's getting pretty dry. And they had some kind of warning about burning stuff. Winds at 5 miles per hour right now. So yeah, when it's really dry like that, I mean, if you have a fire or something and some of those sparks or embers, how they'll blow around, sparks and stuff. I mean, they could start a fire, easily. Okay, today there'll be a Logan's Awesome Snack review, everyone. And we have got some great items, and definitely check that out tonight and see. What's for dinner? Joy made that lasagna for my birthday, and made like a 13 by 9 of it, so there's tons of it. So we got plenty left, so we're going to have lasagna and garlic bread. I don't know if we're going to have a salad yet or not. We might. We've been eating a lot of salads lately, so I don't know if she's going to want to have one with this again or not. Let's see. Okay, I got some birthday mail from Diane Parker. She's a longtime viewer and really good friend of ours. And she's been watching me pretty much from the start. And I really appreciate that, Diane. And so here's what the card looks like she sent. Isn't that nice? And then inside there was some stamps. I love these stamps too. They're beautiful flowers. And I think I thought I saw one of the ones I had growing out there. Well, that's grape hyacinth there, and just all kinds of pretty flowers. I do have some grape hyacinth, but it comes out early. And we can always use stamps. Thank you very much for that. And $5 to get some. She said to get some snacks at Dollar Tree. You can get four snacks at Dollar Tree for $5. So that'll really help out too. Thank you so much, Diane. And here's what the inside of the card looks like. It's got a scripture, Zephaniah 3:17. The Lord your God will take delight in you with gladness. And she's put some sticker. This stuff here's neat right here. And it says, Michael, celebrating you with thanks to God and a prayer for his overflowing blessings in your life. Happy birthday, sincerely, Diane Parker. And she's got another scripture or verse up here, Psalms 118:24, if y'all like to check that out. Thank you again. I really, really appreciate that. I had a great birthday. I really did. Okay, I've got today's tidbits, and it's just kind of like a public service for y'all and me too. It's time to adjust as daylight savings ends for 2023. It says it's time to turn your clocks back this weekend as daylight savings time comes to an end for 2023. The U.S. will get an extra hour on November 5 at 2 a.m. as clocks are pushed back 1 hour. This process became a standard practice in the U.S. in the 1960s to conserve energy and extend summer daylight hours. Since then, daylight savings time always began in the U.S. on the second Sunday in March and ended on the first Sunday in November. So, it's something to remember, or you'll wake up and you'll say, I thought it was about 11 and it's 10, You're looking at it like, Okay, so now I'm going to find jokes of the day. Hold on just a minute. Okay, here we are with jokes of the day. This one is called The Lab Assistant. So I was in the chemist lab and I said to the assistant, what gets rid of germs? She said, ammonia cleaner. I said, "Oh, sorry. I thought you worked here." Get it? It took me a second to figure it out. It's like, "I'm only your cleaner." Ammonia clean. She said, "Ammonia cleaner." And he thought she said, "I'm only your cleaner." Okay. Okay, this one's called Broken. On a visit to Boston, I noticed a parking meter with a paper sack over it, upon which was written "Broken." A skeptical parking officer removed the bag, inserted a quarter in the meter, and turned the dial. It worked perfectly. As the officer began to write a parking ticket, the car's owner rushed out of a nearby building. "What are you doing?" he yelled after a quick glance at the meter. "There's plenty of time left." So he put that quarter in there. Technically, it was time on it then, I guess. Fact of the day says Lake Disappointment. Where in the world is Lake Disappointment? The answer is in Western Australia. The lake was given this name by explorer Frank Hand in 1897. Hoping to find a freshwater lake, he became disappointed when it ended up being a saltwater one. Are there many saltwater lakes? Okay. Let's see now. And where was this one I saw just a minute ago? Okay, yeah. Here it is. Time for trivia time. Which horror film is known for the line, "Here's Johnny"? The Shining, 1980. Rosemary's Baby, 1968. Halloween, 1978. Gosh, was it 78 that came out? And Poltergeist, 1982. And I saw this thing, I guess it was on YouTube the other day, that during that movie they had all kinds of things happen. And they when they show those skeletons in the movie, I don't know, there was two of them, but when they showed the skeletons at the end, like coming out of the ground and stuff, they didn't even tell the actors and stuff, but they used real skeletons in that, is what it said. Okay, I remember this. That was Jack Nicholson. "Here's Johnny," with his head stuck through the door, when he smashed part of the door open. And that's from The Shining. I think it'll have to go to it, though. Yeah. Okay, The Shining. And that's right. The Shining, 1980, has several of the horror genre's most iconic moments, but the Stanley Kubrick movie almost came out without its most famous line, although the "Here's Johnny" scene has become one of The Shining's most iconic moments. It almost didn't make it into the movie adaptation at all. Well, next question. Michael Myers is the protagonist of which horror film series? And we've watched so many scary movies during Halloween, but here's the answers: Halloween, Scream, A Nightmare on Elm Street, The Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Michael Myers. Ooh. And I don't know what they call her in it. What's her name that's in it that screams all the time? Jamie Lee Curtis. Okay, that's Halloween. And that's right. Myers is the protagonist in the Halloween series of films, which first began in 1978. I didn't realize it was that far back. In that version, Michael Myers is a young boy who murders his elder sister, Judith Myers. 15 years later, he returns home to Haddonfield to slay more locals. Nick Castle plays Myers in 78, followed by U.S. actor and producer Tony Moran. Okay. Next question. Which was the name of the hotel in Alfred Hitchcock's horror film Psycho? The Overlook Hotel, Seminole Ritz Hotel, Bates Hotel, Beverly Wilshire. And you know, they had a series of, I don't know if they called it Psycho. They had a series, it was on for a couple of seasons, I think. And it was Bates Motel. And that's right. Making its first appearance in Alfred Hitchcock's famous psychological thriller Psycho, the Bates Motel has since become a part of the cinematic culture with a more complex location history than fans might expect. Okay, next question. I got 3 right, none wrong so far. Who was the scary protagonist of the Nightmare on Elm Street movies? And saw some of these lately. Freddy Krueger, Michael Myers, well, Jason Voorhees, and Pennywise. Which one is the Jason Voorhees? Anyway, A Nightmare on Elm Street, it's Freddy Krueger. Yes, Freddy Krueger is a fictional character and the primary antagonist in A Nightmare on Elm Street film series. He was created by Wes Craven and made his debut in Craven's A Nightmare on Elm Street 1984 as malevolent spirit of a child killer who had been burned to death by his victim's parents after evading prison. Which horror movie villain appeared when you said his name 5 times? Michael Myers, Freddy Krueger, Candyman, Leatherface. And yeah, I know this. The guy that played that role, it's Candyman. The guy that played that role, they said he was crazy because those bees that's all over him, they're really all over him. I mean, he had them everywhere. I don't know how many times he got stung. But yeah, he allowed them to do that. And, wow. I couldn't do that. No, I don't like one bee on me. Not instead of thousands. I couldn't handle it. Candyman is a fictional character and the main antagonist of the Candyman film series. In the film series, he is depicted as an African-American man who was brutally murdered for a forbidden 19th century interracial love affair. He returns as an urban legend and kills anyone who summons him by saying his name 5 times in front of a mirror. No. Okay, 5 right. No, 4 right. Or is that 5? Well, it don't matter. Which legendary creature is said to haunt Pacific Northwest? Chupacabra, Loch Ness Monster, Sasquatch, Nahuelito, Nahuelito. Never heard of that one. But I'm going to say in the Pacific Northwest, it's got to be Sasquatch. That's right. Sasquatch is the most well-known mythical creature of the Pacific Northwest. But could the hairy type ape-like creature be real? Grover Krantz, the late Washington State University professor of anthropology and pioneer of modern Sasquatchology, thought so. In his last book, Big Footprints, A Scientific Inquiry into the Reality of Sasquatch, he executed a frame-by-frame analysis of the Patterson film, a blurry 8mm home movie that shows something hairy running across a creek bank in Northern California. Okay, what form does the antagonist in Stephen King's It mostly takes? Mostly takes. Oh, the form that it mostly takes. Zombie, clown, ghost, Frankenstein's monster. Everybody calls the monster Frankenstein, but it was the doctor's name was Frankenstein. I don't know about that. Okay, I think it was a clown, and a scary clown at that. It is a 1986 horror novel by American author Stephen King. It was his 22nd book and his 17th novel written under his own name. The story follows the experiences of 7 children as they're terrorized by an evil entity that exploits the fears of its victims to disguise itself while hunting its prey. And it's called Pennywise, the clown. Which of these is supposed to be the most haunted hotel in the U.S.? I might not know this. The Stanley Hotel, Omni Parker House, the Plaza Motel, the Drake Hotel. I'm not too much up on that. It seems like It seems like I heard something or saw something somewhere about the Drake Hotel. Let's try that. No, it's the Stanley Hotel. So I got 6 right and 1 wrong. The Stanley Hotel in Estes Park, Colorado earned its place on nearly every list of the most haunted hotels in America, partially thanks to horror author Stephen King. It served as an inspiration for the Overlook Hotel in The Shining. So that's called the Stanley. Okay, who terrorizes the town in the Legend of Sleepy Hollow? A werewolf, a vampire, a headless horseman, a swamp monster. Everybody probably knows it's a headless horseman. And that's right. The Legend of Sleepy Hollow resurfaces every year around Halloween. Washington's Irving's 1820 tale of a headless horseman who terrorizes the real-life village of Sleepy Hollow is considered one of America's first ghost stories and one of its scariest. 7 right and 1 wrong. According to the legend, what does La Llorona do to children? Steal their youth, eats them, feeds them, drowns them. Now, I'm not for sure about this one either. I mean, I think I've seen something about it. And it seems like she drowns them. And that's right. Generations of Mexican children grow up afraid of La Llorona, a wailing woman whose misdeeds in life have left her spirit trapped on earth, where she torments little children. And then she drowns. She lures them in and drowns them. So, one more. Which of these novels was not written by Stephen King? The Running Man, The Haunting of Hill House, Carrie, The Shining. I'm not for sure about this. I'm not for sure. I want to say, I just don't know. To me, it's between The Running Man and The Haunting of Hill House. So I'm going to say The Running Man. No, it was The Haunting of Hill House. The Haunting of Hill House is a 1959 gothic horror novel by American author Shirley Jackson, a finalist in the National Book Award and considered one of the best literary ghost stories published during the 20th century. It has been made into 2 feature films, and a play is the basis of a Netflix series. So I got 8 right and 2 wrong today. Not too bad. How did you do? So that's going to be it for Morning Coffee Break today. I hope everybody enjoyed it. If you did, I hope you'll press that like button. Also subscribe if you haven't already, and share this out. And hit that so you get all my videos as soon as they come out. Everybody, I hope you have a fantastic day. Definitely check out Logan's Awesome Snack Reviews tonight, everybody. See you later, and God bless.